Hey there, Promenade Panthers. Hope you guys are doing well and great during these crazy, crazy times. My name is Barry, and I run a sneaker cleaning business called Soulworks. I'm here today to just share my story and talk about my journey and how I got to where I'm at now, and also hopefully inspire you guys to do what it is that you really love and pursue your passions and work hard and just keep going, because someday each and every one of you will be super successful. When I was a kid, I went to elementary school and then to high school, and then I did a little bit of junior college. And after that, I got a job. I worked in the wireless industry for Verizon Wireless, the cell phone company, because I really love technology and any new cool thing that came out. When I was a kid, I fell in love with sneakers because of a basketball player named Michael Jordan. When I would watch him on TV, the first thing I would notice is not only how high he would jump, but the cool shoes that were on his feet. But unfortunately, my parents couldn't afford to buy me these shoes, so I would just resort to drawing them during class or drawing them at home on my free time and just putting the pictures up on my wall, dreaming that someday I could afford to buy the sneakers myself. So at a very young age, that was one of my goals. I just wanted to be cool, just like Michael Jordan, and have these really cool shoes on my feet. But later on in life, I got more interested into computers and playing video games, and I started building computers when I was just in sixth grade. So I started learning about how things worked and how you put them together and how to use software. I taught myself a lot, and keep in mind this was way before YouTube, so the way that I learned things was really just trial and error, picking something up and making a mistake and learning from that mistake. And that's the process that I've used my whole life, even with running a business. So as I got older and I got a job, I started to get a little bit more money. So with that money, I started to buy myself some Jordan sneakers that I always wanted when I was a kid. And one thing led to another, and I started to build a collection. Now, you can see this collection behind me, and a little bit later, I'm actually going to show you guys a couple of my favorite sneakers. So keep listening, because it's not all going to be boring. One of the things that I learned from collecting sneakers is that some of them are brand new and some of them are dirty. And the dirty sneakers, I had to figure out a way to make them clean again. So I started to research on YouTube and talk to people and get advice. And I just started learning how to clean shoes just in my own bathroom. And eventually I got a little bit better, and I thought to myself, I have all these skills that I learned from school and from work. Why don't I just put all these skills together and start a business of cleaning shoes to make extra money? So that's what I did. I started out by cleaning shoes in my bathroom, and eventually it led to me owning a shop and working in a whole big workshop. Obviously now with the pandemic, things kind of slowed down, so I'm now working back at home, but hopefully someday I can reopen a shop again. Starting your own business is definitely very challenging, but if you pay attention to the skills that your teachers are teaching you at this age, you're definitely going to be able to handle running your own business. So a lot of the subjects that I paid attention to in class are things that I actually use every single day. For example, math. I use math to calculate how profitable I am as a business. I use math to calculate what my expenses are. And I use math to kind of predict the future of my business to see if it even makes sense to continue or not. Another thing that I use all the time is English. English taught me how to write well, and it taught me how to communicate well with people. And those are two things that you definitely need for any job, not just running your own business. Art is something that I've always loved, so I definitely paid attention to how to draw, how to take pictures. I listened to a lot of music as a kid, so those are things that I really enjoyed, and those are things that I use every single day on the job, because part of cleaning and restoring sneakers, I really have to be creative about. And that creativity that you learn from art is something that helps you progress and keep moving forward. So I wanted to change things up just a little bit and make it a bit more fun. And nothing's more fun to me than talking about my favorite sneakers and explaining why I feel that they're important to the world. This is the Nike Air Jordan 1. This is the same shoe that Michael Jordan wore in 1985 when I watched him as a kid jump super high in the sky and do a slam dunk. So I'm really fortunate to be able to now own this pair and enjoy them just as I would have when I was your age. This is the Air Jordan 4. So what's special to me about this shoe is this is the first shoe that I really fell in love with and drew on paper. And one of the reasons why is because when I was a kid watching Michael Jordan play in these, he just looked really, really, really fast on the court. And it's a very sleek shoe, or at least it was for the time. And it had this cool little air bubble that was a cushion so that when he jumped and landed, his foot wouldn't hurt as much and it was comfortable for him. And it also had different materials. You had some suede or nubuck, and then you had plastic and rubber all around it. It was just a really cool looking shoe on his feet at the time. This shoe is cool too because it's called the Reebok Pump. And if you press the little basketball, it would actually fill the tongue with air so that you didn't have to lace your shoe so tightly. And it would be a really, really good fit for when you were playing basketball. And then you just press this button right here and you can actually release all the air. So that was really cool. You could wear this without even tying your shoe. This shoe is special because it was like a blank canvas. So this shoe is called the Nike Dunk, and it comes in a bunch of different colors, and it's almost like a piece of art. So sometimes the shoe is all black, sometimes the shoe is all white, but this one is almost every single color on the rainbow. So it's just a reminder that everything can be art if you express yourself. There's a lot of different ways you can express yourself. It could be a painting, it could be a picture, it could be a song, or it could even be a shoe. And that's one of the things I love about it. Speaking of expressing yourself, I mentioned that I run a cleaning and restoration and custom business. So this is what they call a custom. This shoe was all black. And I have a special process that I did to make this crazy looking design all over the shoe. And it's unique, and I guarantee nobody else has one exactly like this. And that's one of the things that I love about what I do. This shoe is super cool, so I saved it for last. So one of the things that was special about this shoe is that it has these weird looking laces that don't look like you can tie them. And the reason for that is that if you press this button on the side, you'll see that the shoe actually tightens itself. And so just imagine the technology and the engineering that had to be put into this shoe. So whoever created this shoe definitely had to pay attention in math, science, and technology. Okay guys, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this presentation and allowing me to share my story. I hope I was able to inspire you and give you some good advice. Like I said before, if you dream of running a business or having that perfect dream job, just keep at it, work hard, pay attention in school, listen to everything your teachers say, because all of the skills and the tools that they're giving you right now are going to come in handy down the line. Thank you so much for listening, and you guys all be safe.